Dropping gems from Keisha Christian. She's on a mission, sharing information, knowledge for soul, body and mind. Dropping gems, KeishaGemz.com. KeishaGemz.com.
And welcome to Dropping Gems After Show. Dropping Gems is now being aired nationally, but it can be streamed on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Alexa through Rude Rangers TV. This episode of Dropping Gems After Show is sponsored by Dropping Gems Academy and Dropping Gems Publishing. To learn more about maintaining a holistic lifestyle, visit droppinggemsacademy.com.
Would the weather keep you from going outside today? Don't suffer from annoying allergy symptoms. Claim your free gift. www.keishagems.com/courses. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Dropping Gems Academy is offering certifications that can allow you to turn your investment into a certified holistic practice. Use this introduction course as an all-natural alternative seasonal year-long allergy treatment option. Empowered with knowledge, you can help me spread awareness with the rest of the world. Driven by a passion for holistic studies, author Keisha Christian has listened to your requests and expanded the techniques shared in her acclaimed resource guide, Holistic Gems, How to Treat Seasonal and Year-Long Allergies Naturally, into a full online course. The second installment in her published Dropping Gems series has inspired parents, teachers, naturalists, the therapists to reassess the way they handle seasonal allergy symptoms. Now this course will help you do the same. Sign up to get your free gift. The first 10 registrants get 50% off using the code DroppingGems50 at checkout.
Welcome back. Today I'll be answering your questions as you get to learn more about me. Some of my listeners and viewers had some personal questions they wanted answers to, so I'm here to answer all of your questions. Let's get started. Now, the first question I was asked, where did your journey start? All right. Well, my journey actually began around 2006, 2007. I was experiencing health issues and I really didn't know what was wrong with me. I was actually going to different doctors and I was having all sorts of tests done and ran on me and everything came back negative. They couldn't find out what was wrong with me. And I actually had a cousin who's a vegan who introduced me to an herbalist. And when I went to the herbalist, I actually learned how plants help to heal the body. So that was really the game changer for me, as it brought me into this lifestyle and it taught me more about living holistically. So that's how my journey began. Next question. What were you doing before you changed your life to live it holistically? Well, prior to that, I was still teaching, so I was a classroom teacher. And at that time, I would say I really didn't pay too much attention to healthy foods or really eating healthy. I basically ate whatever I felt like at the time, and also I ate fast food too. So it was a mixture. I did cook, but I also ate fast food and I ate junk food. So I really didn't pay much attention to the things I was putting in my body. I just went along. I just ate whatever I craved at the time. So that's what I did before I started to live holistically. Next question. What is your favorite part about what you do? Now, I have to say, my favorite thing about what I do is helping people. I love to help people, and I what I especially love is helping people live the greatest version of themselves. I love putting a smile on someone's face. I love getting reports of how they've seen improvement in their lifestyle, and especially me as a holistic health coach, where I coach people to live a more holistic life. And by doing so, I look at different areas of their life and create goals and things of that nature to help them to live to their greatest potential. So that's one thing I love about what I do. Prior to even becoming a holistic health coach, I started my company, Keisha's Gemz. It was the name was changed not last year. It was 2019. I changed the name to Dropping Gems because my company started to go in a different direction, and I had rebranded and all of that. But prior to that, it was Keisha's Gems, and at that time I was making personal care products and holistic jewelry. You know, you see some of the pieces I have on today is some jewelry that I've made personally. But then the educator in me was actually rising up. And I wanted to go more into teaching people how to live this way, how to do certain things that I do. And that's basically natural progression. So my favorite part about what I like to do is to teach and to help people just find relief. Basically, that's my favorite part of what I like to do. Next question. What are your ancestral roots, and does that play a part in your lifestyle and line of work? Well, yes, I have to say so. My mom is from Trinidad and my dad is from Antigua. Actually, I was born here. I'm first generation American. And I actually grew up with my parents giving me herbal remedies for all sorts of things. Um, when I was younger, I kind of moved away from it, I should say, when I started to venture into adulthood. I kind of ventured away from the herbal remedies, used to say, but I end up coming right back to it. So I would say that my ancestral roots definitely played a role in what I did, what I do now, and in my lifestyle and my line of work. Definitely do. Next question is, do you eat meat? Actually, no, I do not eat meat. I am a vegetarian. Mm, better, you could say I'm a pescatarian. I do eat some fish. I'm kind of picky about what fish I eat. I don't eat all types of fish, but definitely I'm a pescatarian. But my diet mostly consists of, I would say, plant-based. So I prefer to say that I'm on a plant-based diet because that's what I mainly consume. Was it hard for you to get into your lifestyle? Mm, I would say in the beginning, the very beginning, it was difficult for me, especially when I had to change my diet and change the way I was accustomed to eating. That was difficult for me, and detoxing, it was difficult. But once I started to feel better, it became much easier. And then I realized that, um, as I mentioned before, the connection between plants and the information they give our bodies and how we could find relief to certain ailments in the body, definitely it wasn't hard anymore after that, when I actually started feeling better and I started to see results and progress. When, where do you find most peace? I have to tell you, I love to garden. Gardening is a time where I actually do find peace. It's quite relaxing for me, and what I love is like when you watch the plants grow and then you actually able to harvest it, and this is something that you grew with your hands. That is so gratifying to me. So I have to say that is somewhere where I find peace. What inspired you to write your books? Now, I have to tell you, what inspired me to write my books was actually my customers. They would say to me, "You know so much. How come you don't have a book?" Or they would ask me, "Do you have a book?" When I started to when I would give advice at different vending I would vend different places. So when I would go to these events, I would meet different customers and they would ask me questions. And the way I answer them, they always ask, "You should have a book. Why don't you have a book?" So what I did was I decided to write a book. And that's where Healthy Gems came from, Nourishing Practices and Self-Care Tips for Busy Individuals. And that is a short read, 75 pages long. And I made it sort of as a reference book so that one who is busy could always go back to it, refer to it, and reference it for numerous things that are in there that you could use to help you to live a more holistic lifestyle. Next question. Do you grow your own herbs? Yes, I do. I do grow my own herbs. Like I mentioned earlier, I like to garden, so I do have herbs in my garden. I have rosemary I'm growing. I have echinacea in my garden. I have angelica in my garden. Sage. I'm gonna try to grow white sage. For some reason that doesn't do too well for me, but I'm gonna try again. What else do I have growing in other herbs? I have roses. I know people might not look at roses as a herb, but rose is an herb to me. So I actually have 2 rose bushes in my garden as well. And I think that's about it as far as the herbs go. That's what I have in my garden. Oh, lavender! I forgot about the lavender. I have lavender as well in my garden as well. So yes, I do grow my own herbs. What would you say to other persons? Oh, this must be from one of my international viewers. What would you say to other persons thinking about going down the road of holistic living? It is so worth it. Definitely. Definitely. It's so worth it. And you'll realize that it's like you find peace sort of when you are living holistically. You look at food differently. You look at eating more high vibrational foods. And what I mean by high vibrational foods, I'm talking about fruits, vegetables, in their most rawest and natural form, not processed. You're eating things from the earth. So that's what I mean by high vibrational food. So if you are thinking about going down that road, definitely something that you want to consider. And I'm here for you as a holistic health and wellness educator and as well as a holistic health coach. Definitely here for you if you need any tips or anything like that. I do give 30-minute free consultation. So definitely if something that you're interested in, you could get the all my information will be in the show notes. So definitely you want to check that out. What are the struggles of this lifestyle? The struggles of this lifestyle. I would say sometimes for me is when I go to certain events and they don't have anything for me to eat. That has happened to me before where I have gone to certain events and there was nothing for me to eat or everything had meat in it. I also don't eat dairy, so that's another thing. So sometimes that has happened. So that is a struggle, I would say, of this lifestyle. It really doesn't happen too often, but it has happened where I have gone somewhere and there's nothing for me to eat. So for me to remedy that, what I do is before I go to an event and I'm not sure what's on the menu, I'm not sure what they're serving, I usually have a nice meal. So when I go to these events, my mind is not on food. So basically that is one of the biggest struggles. which is really not that big of a struggle. What should people know that no one ever says about holistic living? What people should know is that I mentioned before, you'll find that you will have a better quality of life. You'll find that you'll start to feel better. This is my experience. So definitely living holistically is worth it. So you give it a try. And like I mentioned before, I'm here for you. So you could check that out. Check out the description box below for all my social media handles, links, and how to get in contact with me if you want a 30-minute free consultation. Next question. I like to sing, by the way, too. Oh, I was in a band. Side note, none of these, it's not on here, but something about me, I was in a band. I was actually a backup singer in a band. The name of the band was called Faith 111. I just have to put that in there. So if you hear me singing sometimes, I used to sing all through high school, elementary school, college. I was always in some sort of choir, chorus, or anything like that. So I like to sing. Off topic, but I just had to bring that up. Any pets, and if so, what are their names? Okay, I don't have any pets. I have to tell you that. But I am a plant mommy. I love plants. As I mentioned earlier, I like to garden. But I also have plants. I have about 20 plants. So I'm definitely a plant mommy. And no, I don't name my plants. And since I don't have any pets, I don't name them. So, but I love my plants. What is your favorite season? My favorite season, I would say, is spring and fall. Spring because everything is blossoming, the trees are blossoming, everything's blossoming. Looks so beautiful, especially when you see the trees and the little buds and the flowers are coming out. It's beautiful. I love spring. And also that's the time when you start to get ready to garden and get your garden ready for the summer. So for by the time fall comes, you could harvest. And I like fall too because I also like the weather. It's not too hot and it's also not too cold. It's like really perfect temperature. So those are my two favorite seasons. I know it asked me one, but those are the two favorite seasons I have. And also I have to mention the reason too why I like spring. There are certain fruits that come into that start to come into season around that time. So I love that when I'm going to the farmers market and then you just see like a difference in the fruits and the vegetables. So I really love that time of the year. What is your favorite food? Well, I have to tell you. Well, this says favorite food, but I'll tell you my favorite dish, being that my parents are from the Caribbean, my family's from the Caribbean. I love Caribbean food, so that's my favorite food. And as far as fruits and vegetables, I like to eat. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I juice and all that good stuff. So that's what I like. What is your highest level of education? Very interesting question. My highest level of education, I actually have my master's degree in education, childhood education, grades 1 through 6, and also special ed, the same, grades 1 through 6. I'm also certified in birth through 2nd grade, so I could teach the babies as well. And not only that, I do have credits above my master's because at one time, I actually was attending Fordham University. I was in the doctoral program, but I had gotten sick, so I had to drop out. But I mean, good things came from that because I actually started my business in 2014, and I do want to go back to school, so I definitely want to go back to school and get my doctorate. And hopefully I'll be doing that maybe the end of this year or next year. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, my highest level of education is master's. Favorite color and why? Okay. Well, my favorite color, actually, my favorite color has changed through stages of my life. As a child, red was my favorite color. I don't know why, but red was just my favorite color as a child. And as I got older, I like purple. So that's another color I like, purple and lavender, because it's the color of royalty. I love those colors. I also like blue. Blue is another favorite color of mine. And actually that more so became my favorite color. Royal blue is as a matter of fact. That became my favorite color when I pledged and joined a sorority, Zeta Phi Beta. So that actually became my favorite color at that time. So I have about three favorite colors, or actually four, because now one of my colors that I love now is yellow. So my colors, it just keeps on adding. So I love yellow as well. So those are my favorite colors. Biggest lesson learned and how did it help you grow? My biggest lesson learned is that it's all right to make a mistake. It's all right to fail. What is not all right is to give up. Sometimes when you fail, you make a mistake, you actually learn from it, and it makes you a better person. Now, through this journey, me owning a business, me starting an academy, everything that I'm doing, there were things that I might have failed at, but I learned from it and it made me a better person. So that actually did help me to make me grow. Someone you admire and why? I have to say the person that I admire is no longer living. Um, one of the people, because there are a few people that I actually admire, not just one person, but I would say it's my grandmother. She passed about was 4 years ago this year. So that is someone I really admired. I love she was my best friend and I love her dearly, loved her dearly. Um and I feel she's with me anyway right now. And I admire her so much because she was so wise and she was smart and she just gave me so much knowledge and wisdom. So definitely, and I was able to confide in her about all sorts of things. So I really, really, that's someone I really admire. And I also admire my parents. Those are my best friends as well. I admire them and I just love the fact that my parents, they just have big hearts and they're such giving people. So those are people that I definitely admire. Okay, now we getting real personal. Someone asked, "What kind of man are you looking for?" Well, yes. If you were wondering, I am single. So if my forever is watching, hey. But the kind of man that I'm looking for is someone who's basically on the same plane as me, wanting to live this lifestyle, wanting to better themselves, wanting to live to their greatest potential, someone who will push me to be a even better person and vice versa. So I'm looking for that type of man, someone who's honest, who is kind, who is giving, you know, and it's just looking to make this world a better place. So that's the type of man I am looking for since I'm single. So I'm still waiting for my king, but I know he's coming and hopefully he's watching. And the last question this is the last question. Do you have any children? No, I don't have any children. But one thing I'll say, I have lots of children over the years of all the children that I have taught. I've been teaching, this is actually my 20th year. as an educator. So I have so many children, so many children that keep in touch with me and actually follow me on social media. So it's so weird now because they're like grown. So it's weird. But definitely, I don't have any children yet, but I'm looking forward to it if that it has to be if it's divine timing and it's ordained. So I'm definitely looking forward to that if it's meant to be. All right, then. Those are all the questions that you guys wanted to know about me. And I just want to thank you for watching Dropping Gems After Show. Be sure to tune in to Dropping Gems, which can be found on various streaming apps, also streaming services like Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and as well, right here on YouTube, I do upload the episodes of Dropping Gems After Show. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much. Holistic health, much abundance to you. Peace and blessings.
Dropping gems from Keisha Christian. She's KeishaGems.com.